everyone. We are going to make Chinese scallion pancake. Spring onion, we use spring onion here, or scallion, but we use the smaller version, so usually I use the spring onions. And this is what with Chinese we call tong you bing, and it's a very common Chinese snack, especially in China. So this is also something very easy to prepare. It's a bit like roti prata, just that we use different techniques. That one has a lot of flying the dough around. This is just a very simple way of making a pancake that is of a similar texture. It's just a Chinese style of, it's not roti prata, it's just scallion pancake. So what do we need today? I'll share with you how to make the dough first. I'm doing the easy way, so something very easy. There's another type of method that you need to just put some boiling oil into some of the ingredients and add on as the oil base inside, but I'm not doing that version. I'm just going to use a very simple way, and I'm also going to use olive oil inside the dough rather than the other kinds of oils. You can also use pork lard. Some people use pork lard, which is a traditional way. For me, I'm just using vegetable oils. So you can use peanut oil. That's also one good option. In this case, I'm using olive oil. Yeah, you can use coconut oil, etc. Okay, let's get down on preparing. So over here, I have prepared a scale. Okay, and what are the ingredients? Very simple. We only need flour. Yeah, we just need flour, a little salt, scallions, spring onions, water, and oil. Okay, so let's measure the flour first. Okay, I'm using 300 grams of flour. So measure 300 grams. You can also change the ingredients if you don't want to just put spring onion, but this is just a traditional spring onion pancake. So I have 300 grams here. Okay, slightly over. Just stick it up. Because I will need flour on the table shortly. What else do we need in this dough? We need some salt. So just a dash of salt. I use Himalayan sea salt. And just stir in. Okay. So what do I need next is actually to put in the water. So there are two parts of the water that I'm using for this particular recipe. Okay, there are many recipes I've done. This is the second recipe I'm on. I've done another recipe before. All these recipes all work. It's just which one you want to use. That's all. So over here, I'm putting in hot water. Hot water first, about half a cup of hot water. And just slowly mix in the flour. There are many recipes for this one. Actually, you can really try that. All the recipe works. It's just a preference. And I'm doing the easy one. For me, I'm doing the easy way. So you just choose anyone that works for you. Okay, I'm adding warm hot water, about half a cup. Super easy recipe, so try it. And most recipe will function pretty well for this scallion pancake. Yeah, because this is something that people think is challenging to do, but actually it's a very simple recipe. That's half a cup of hot water. Okay, now I'm adding cold water. Cold water is 1/4 cup. and just make sure the flour is all in. So, and you have to adjust the flour accordingly, because why? Sometimes the temperature changes in where you live, and the flour amount, the water, you can adjust accordingly. If the dough is too sticky, then you want to add some flour. Okay, if the dough is too dry, then add some water. So you can just do some mild adjustments along the way for such a dough. Yeah. So you can see, I'm just rolling them, kneading the dough a bit. Okay, it's a little bit sticky. Even though it's the same instruction, you know, every time you do it, some slight changes, you just have to adjust. And this is today this version is a vegan version, technically, because I'm only using olive oil, scallion and flour, so and water, salt. So there's no meat product, no milk product in this dish. So it's very suitable for those of you who are vegan or vegetarian. Okay. So this dough, I will just, even though it's not smooth yet, okay, you can see, still not smooth yet, I will let it sit for a while first. Put it aside with a cling wrap. Okay, cover with cling. Just cover with cling wrap and let it sit for a while. Okay, about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. That should be fine. About 20 minutes is fine. So, while we are waiting, I have another set that is ready. Let me get the other set for you to see. So this one has been prepared slightly earlier, maybe about 15 minutes or so, close to 20 minutes. Now is about, let me check the time, close to 20 minutes, okay? So this is close to 20 minutes, and we will start kneading this. Let me see. So I want to put some flour on the table. My water away. You can see it's still a bit rough. Yeah, it's okay since we're going to knead it a bit. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do the counting way. Okay, I'm going to just knead it for a while. Okay, about maybe 5 minutes thereabout. So I'll just count to 100. I have almost quite a smooth dough. So the feel of it, I just want to make sure it's more even. So now that I have a more smooth dough, yeah, I want to roll out now. Okay, you can see it's still wet, so I will want to do a little bit more to balance the dough. So sometimes when you do doughs, right, you have to make some adjustments along the way, because similar amount of ingredients. Even when you follow recipe, there will be some adjustments along the way when you touch the item. So we are almost ready. Let me show you guys what's follow next. Okay. You just want to even up the dough. What do we do next? Let's do the dough. You can do it until it's very nice. Stretch out, stretch the dough, touch it, flatten it thinly. Okay, we are ready for the next step now. Apply the oil. So it's very thin, as you all can see. Very, very thin now. I'm not going to touch it. Very thin. So you can put pork lard, you can put any oil. Okay, so you want to do the oil. I use olive oil. And now we will sprinkle this spring onion. A little bit too wet, my oil. Use a brush so it's more accurate. I didn't use a brush in this case. So use a brush to be more accurate with the oil. If you want, for me, I'm just going to add something. Okay, let me show you. It's not required, but I'm adding it just to give it a dash of taste. This is all you need actually. Okay, never mind, I'll skip it. This is the original. Show you the original first. The one that I wanted to add is actually pepper, but this is fine because this is the original without pepper. And now what I want to do is I want to roll it over. As you can see, my dough today, this one is a little bit wet. That's why. So I would need some I think the second dough is slightly better than this dough, the one that I just demoed to you. This one I was rushing before the live because I needed time for it to sit for a while. So you just want to roll it into one whole roll. So if you find your dough is a bit on the wet side, what you can do is as you knead, right, you can put in more flour before you put the spring onion. And also you can lay the table with some flour. Next, just cut it. You can break it into half. Cut it into equal parts. Okay, this is just my way of doing in order to be, yeah. So this is, then you do this flattening. This is the corner, that's why it's a bit more odd shape. Thickness is a bit like preference. See, my onions is in here, so I just want to avoid them falling out. For some of these, I actually put quite a lot of spring onion, but it's quite nice with a lot of spring onion. So preferably is to press in from the center, because there will be a curvage in the middle that gives a crease. Now for this one, I don't want to waste my spring onion later on the side. Okay, we're ready to fry. Let's heat up the wok, the pan. The pancake. this is how the scallion pancake looks. Yeah, that's all for today. Simple, right? Simple cooking, very simple, crispy, and hot. So great for dinner tonight. Okay, that's all for now, for today. Bye, see you again. That's all for my scallion pancake. Okay, bye bye, see you again.